Hey there, everybody. Reed here. Generally conductor of Orchestra Farm, but today I'm greeting you from a graveyard. Well, I gotta pick my kid up, and it's the nearest place to walk around. And, graves remind me of obviously death, and death is a pretty big stretch. Wrap your mind around that. Yeah? Like, what's gonna happen when you die? I don't know. Maybe you're a religious person, you got a good idea. Lots of us aren't. So it's a big old question, big old mystery. Personally, I love mysteries. But that's not the kind of stretch I want to talk to you about today. Nor is the good old asana practice the kind of stretch that I want to talk to you about. I want to talk about the kind of stretch that you're doing stuff in your day or in your life, and somebody or something asks you to stretch yourself, to go a little further, to do a little more, to be a little more. And that can be challenging. Sometimes we just want to do our own little thing, not be bothered by any of the extra requests that come through in this life. But to me, I'm going to say that, yeah, you should know your boundaries and you shouldn't let anybody just push you around or anything. However, stretching is actually a good thing. It's a thing where it lets other people know that you care about them. It lets you know that you're capable of doing more than you think you can, that you can fit more into your day than you imagine you could. I deal with a lot of different people who we like to talk about village or community or living together, and this idea of stretching comes up both regularly without being pointed at, and a lot of the times, to arrive someplace on time is a stretch for most of us. I got kids. I'm sure if you got kids out there, you know it's a stretch to be on time. For other people who don't have kids, still aren't on time, it's a stretch for you too. Well, what are we gonna do about that? We're gonna actually work to be on time because we respect everyone else's time and energy, and it takes so much to show up any given place in a given moment to do the thing. I would like to think that we can all stretch that bit for that. What if you see someone who needs some help, and even if they're able to ask very clearly for it, but maybe you're just enjoying a chill moment? Maybe the stretch is to not be chill, or maybe you're super busy and the stretch is to drop everything you're doing for a moment to be helpful. Maybe that's an old person across the street. I love that old one. How many old people are crossing streets anymore? I don't know. I don't live in a place with too much of that in my neighborhood, but when I see them, I slow down, sometimes stop so they can cross the road. There's so many abilities. When people are dying, sometimes you got to stop and take an extra pause and stretch yourself instead of getting all the things done so that you can be present for them. Maybe that's a stretch. Maybe it's a stretch to stay hydrated. Oh, and here come my kids. This is a stretch to get this all in right now. I hope you guys are having a great day before the kids show up over here. Remember, have too much fun, like and subscribe. Bye. Well, I've got my baby asleep for a moment, and my last video was cut short because of my other delightful child. So I thought I'd come back to you with a bit more about stretching. Because, yeah, it's a stretch to be a parent, that's for sure. And in that, I wanted to talk some more angles, which is also that sometimes business and the hustle culture out there can have you feel like you're stretching a whole bunch, like you're constantly having to go that extra marathons distance. And sometimes we need to question that and ask ourselves, is that really in our best interests? Or is having a balanced life really what we're going for? Like me getting this phone call right now from my friend. I gotta take a pause, stretching to be with people. Aloha. Where was I? Oh yeah, stretching. Oh gosh, the wind is stretching me today a little bit. Moving around quite a lot, trying to give you guys a little better audio experience. But anyway, a good friend coming to visit. It's great to stretch to see friends sometimes. I'm sure this won't really be an actual stretch, but just meeting up sometimes feels like a stretch. Anyway, what I was saying though is more around the idea for all you hustle culture people out there and grind it down. Sometimes the stretch is actually to take a nap. Yeah, in the middle of the day. Have you done that? 5, 15 minutes, maybe 20? Woo! That's a gold mine. And, are you staying up late? Are you not getting enough rest in your life? Just on the regular times when rest is supposed to be happening? If so, take a look at that. Maybe you need to stretch in that direction to regain vitality in your life. Maybe you're drinking too much coffee to keep you going, or teas, or cacao. I don't know. It's possible. Although personally, I really love cacao, so I wouldn't want to let that go. Sometimes I stretch and I buy a tree. This is it was a nice Bartlett pear tree. I'm not sure if it's actually going to make it. Sometimes it's a stretch when you buy something that looks like it's not in too good a shape and you take it on. And same thing happens with vehicles. You stretch, you buy another vehicle and you don't really know if it's going to be the best thing or not. And you got to figure it all out. Doing that right now. It's keeping me hilarious. Maybe your stretch is more in how you eat. Maybe your diet isn't spectacular and you want to stretch into having a better diet so that way life will be better. Maybe that stretch with food is actually on the notion of preparing food at home instead of going out to eat all the time. Maybe you want to invite someone over to share a meal with, but you don't feel like your cooking is all that spectacular. And so your stretch is to open up your house because it's also maybe not as clean as you want it to be. I know that happens at my house very much all the time. And it's just a matter of I would rather have people see me in the state that I'm in than to not see them and have my interactions and let people see me in my authenticity instead of always trying to put on the best face for everybody. Where's your stretch at? How are you stretching in your own life to meet your goals of life, and not just of the moment, but of the longer time frame? Like this plum tree here, this is a stretch. It is literally in the pathway. This is 1 year's growth. I topped it to create apical growth on it, which is doing fabulous. But seriously, it's a stretch to actually keep that in the ground. Because again, it's right in the pathway. But it'll be a fantastic tree wherever it goes and chooses to live. Anyway, with all those forms of stretching, whether it's you need more recreation in your life or you need to actually get your nose down and get into some more workspace, whether it's you need a bit more family time and to visit with your elders and the little ones, maybe your stretch is to carve out more space for yourself because you actually give too much to other people, and that's an imbalance in your life. And you need to actually, that self-care is about spending you time. Oh my gosh, these golden raspberries. This is off the chart here. Whoa, and they're just falling right off. Double flush on the golden raspberries. I'm in love. Anyway, I'm wishing you all the very best out there as you stretch to make more of your own life, have a better dash, and I hope with that you have an enriched existence. We'll talk more about wealth later on, I'm sure, about what makes a whole complete wealthy life and not just on the financial side, even though that's important. Invest in Bitcoin. Anyway, remember, all this to say, Reed Richard here, conductor of Orchestra Farm. Check out my bendingreeds.com webpage. You can buy my book there. That would be cool. You could also like and subscribe to these videos. I would supremely appreciate that. Oh, look at this. Going to flower Tulsi. Oh. Yeah, take the Tulsi and that's right. Right up the nose. Actually, I think that's a lemon basil. Oh, that's good. See, you learn different things when you take a sniff of it. Oh, how about this one? This looks like some thyme. Oh, look at that beautiful thyme. You know how I make more thyme? I plant it. Oh, dang. Right up there. Remember, when you're doing all these silly kind of things in life, have too much fun. Take it to that next level. Treat yourself to something. Something that you don't normally treat yourself to. Goodbye, lemon basil. All the best.